What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the season. We got something a little different for you today. We're going to do an unboxing video, so stick around.
No loss if we take it, and no time wasted when we stay clocked in. Tick-tock, it took a little bit, but I ain't far off because I'm chasing it. Saying, ooh, I was made for this. Ooh, I know one always did. Ooh, it takes a little grit to keep a tongue inside a pair of burning lips. And ooh, now after all I've waited, I'm so close I can taste it. I can't wait, I can't wait. I'm so close I can taste it. I can't wait, I can taste it. I'm so close I can taste it.
Alright, we're out here in the shop today, and we're going to do something just a little different. We got hunting season right around the corner. Missouri's deer season is starting next month. In October, we've got the bear season. I think I mentioned that a couple of episodes ago, that I was blessed enough to draw one of those tags for the first season ever in modern history. So that's pretty cool. I'm also getting prepped for next year. We're going to go on an elk trip, probably to Colorado over-the-counter tags, unless I get lucky enough to get drawn for one of the other states I'm going to put in for on one of those draw tags. But either way, Colorado is going to be my fallback, so I'm getting ready for that. We've been buying equipment. I've got my pack. I've been buying all the stuff I need, like water system, sleeping pad, pillows, just the random stuff. Really the only thing I've had left to get is a cooking system, some kind of camp stove, a lightweight sleeping bag, and then like a bivy tent. Now the bivy tent and the sleeping bag are pretty much going to be as a backup. When we go out to Colorado, we're going to be set up as as camping, but we're going to make day trips up into the mountains. Now that being said, there may be instances where we're on the elk at the end of the day. We don't want to leave. We want to be able to get on them first thing in the morning, not have to do that trekking out to get to them. So we may set up for the night, or Lord forbid something happens, either inclement weather, somebody gets injured, something like that. We want to be able to have a shelter to stay in one place until we can get out. So I want to make sure I have those things in my pack, so I will be getting those. But today we actually got in the camp stove that I had ordered. Did some research online, found one that I liked. Seems to be a good one. It's not one of the name brand ones, so I saved myself some money, because I don't know about you guys. I'm a budget hunter. I'm not made of money, so I was looking for ways to get quality equipment but not break the bank. So this one here seems to be a pretty good one. This is from a company called Bluu. This particular model is called the Mount. Now, it doesn't say that on the box for some reason. I think they just use the same box for most of them. But this is the Mount from Bluu. That's B-L-U-U. And to look at it, it almost looks identical to a lot of these name brand ones. Now, I'm not saying they are. I don't know. I've never, had one of the other ones in my hand and looked it over. But going by what I see online and by the reviews, this seems to be pretty much the same thing, other than about half the price. So we're going to go ahead and open this and check it out. So the first thing we notice is it's in this little mesh carrying bag. Now let's see what else we got in here real quick. Get rid of this. We got our usual propaganda. Got a customer service card. Now that's pretty cool. This one here, apparently if you text this message to this phone number, you can claim a free coffee grinder. So I may go ahead and do that for Holly. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but she is, so I may just have to do that for her. So anyway, here's the stove. It comes in this mesh bag, which that's going to be handy because I can pack that in my pack in this bag. So let's go ahead and pull this out. We'll set this back here. First things first, there's the lid. Now the lid is one thing that I thought was cool. So some of these other ones didn't have. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got the holes there for venting, and it also has that hole there for drinking out of. So you could leave the lid on and drink your coffee or, you know, soup or whatever you got going on out of this. Now, I'm personally going to be using it more for like mountain house meals or stuff like that. So obviously I'm just going to be boiling water for the most part. So that's not really a huge thing for me, but I thought that's cool. You know, if I ever do want to drink coffee or something while I'm out in the woods, I have that option. I don't have to worry about packing a separate mug or anything like that. So we got the instruction manual there. That says mount on it. So there's your instruction manuals if you need one of those. Get rid of this packaging in here. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of this bag. Now, one of the things I like about this is it's got the neoprene foam wrap around it, and that's going to do two things. One, it's going to keep your contents that are hot, but it's also going to protect your hands from getting burnt, so that's pretty handy. All right, so the first thing we're going to have come out of here, this is going to be the base for your fuel canister. Now, it looks like this has two slots or two hooks on each leg, and that's to accommodate the different size fuel canisters. Now, the one I've went with is the Coleman brand, and it's a little larger of a canister, so I'm not sure if it's going to fit in down inside the pot, but we're going to check that in just a minute. But if you are using one of these larger ones, it's got the extra notch on the outside to accommodate that, so it's just going to clip on just like that. That way it doesn't tip over while you're cooking. It gives you a steady base. Next thing we've got coming out is going to be this piece right here. And what this is if you're wanting to cook with, say, a skillet, a frying pan, a different pot other than the one that came with it, you're going to use this, and these are going to fold in just like this. And that's going to create just like the grate or the grill on your gas grill or gas stove at home. And it's going to give you a nice sturdy base to put your skillet, your frying pan, whatever you're using on that and cook on it rather than using the cup. So that'll come in handy in camp. Probably won't get used too much up in the woods. Most of the time I'm going to be eating mountain house up there anyway, so I won't even need it. I will take it though. So now the last thing out of here is going to be the burner itself. Now, most of these stoves that I looked at online, they've all got the gas adjustment here to regulate your flame up and down. But there's some of them that don't have this option, and that's the piezo igniter, kind of like it's on your barbecue grill. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera. Hopefully y'all can see that. It throws a pretty good spark. But some of them I looked at didn't have that. I would recommend going with it, and I went with it just simply because I don't have to have a lighter or stormproof matches to be able to light my stove. Now, I do carry those anyway just for emergency fire starting purposes, but I won't have to waste them just to light my stove, so that's going to be handy. One thing I'm noticing on this, if you look on the burner itself, it's got these little nubs or these little tabs right here, and then you'll notice on the pot there's these L-shaped slots. So what you're going to do is you're going to line those up, and then you're going to lock it in, and that's going to keep it from coming loose so it won't tip over and fall off, you know, if it leans over a little bit or whatever. So that's handy. So one nice thing about the pot I've noticed is in the bottom you have the heat exchanger, and then that in conjunction with the venting on the side, that's going to allow for more efficient airflow, which is going to make it burn better. Plus it helps spread the heat out a little more evenly. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to test this thing out. Now, they claim on the website it only takes about 2.5 minutes to bring water to a boil in this thing, so we're going to test that out. So first things first, we want to set up our stove. So I've got my base on my canister already, and this is simply just going to screw onto the top part of that. So we are going to thread that on. Make sure it's secure, but we're not going to overdo it. Make sure our knob's sticking out. And then we are going to lock this in, and we are good to go. So now I'm going to move the camera over here, that way you guys can see it, and we're going to time just how long it takes to bring water to a boil. Alright, we got the water in the pot. I'm getting ready to fire this thing up. We're going to set a timer, and we're going to see just how long it takes to bring this water to a boil. Remember, this is refrigerator water, so it's pretty cold. I'm going to use my phone to record inside the pot, that way you guys can see in real time just how long it takes to bring this to a boil. So here we go. We're going to ignite it. We're going to crank it up. Start the timer now. I'd say we're doing good. Looks like we're boiling. So about 3.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes 45 seconds. So they're a little off on their time, but you know, like I said, this was ice cold water out of the fridge. All right, there you have it, folks. Didn't quite do the 2.5 minutes they claim, but still 3 minutes and 45 seconds is not bad. I'll take it. Everything should be cooled off enough now that we can pack it back up, so we're going to do that. So first thing we're going to do, of course, is empty out our cup or pot, whatever you want to call it, get it all dried out and ready to go. Then we're going to take our burner, which the burner's cool, so we are going to take that off. And you want to make sure you fold your handle down, that way it doesn't get snagged. We're going to drop that in. And then the next thing is going to be our adapter for the pans and pots and skillets and all that. So we're going to fold those back out. We're going to stick that in there. Then we are going to take the little stand off of our fuel canister. We're going to drop that in there, and that fits right in between the feet on that. And then, like I said, with this particular canister, it's a little oversized, so I can't just drop it down in there. Normally, if you have one that will fit, you would probably put the canister in first and then everything else on top of it. But in this case, I have to do it in reverse. So we're just going to sit it on top. And like I said, it's going to be right there to the edge, so I'm not going to be able to snap the lid down. So we're just going to put that lid on top like that and hold it. Actually, we may just leave that off until I get it in there. We're going to slip this back in our mesh bag. Put our lid on top, and we are good to go. Now, one other piece of gear I picked up is a titanium spoon. Now, you can use spoons, sporks, whatever. This is from Peax. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Focus, focus, focus. I don't know if that's focused in or not. There we go. So that's from Peax. It's just a titanium spoon, very durable. This is going to actually ride in with my stove. Like that. So now my entire cooking system is all together in one handy little bag. Alright folks, that's going to wrap it up for the video today. Hope you enjoyed it. I think this is going to be a very handy piece of equipment come season. It will get used this year during bear season because I plan on doing some camping during that time, and it will definitely get used next year on our elk trip, so looking forward to that. Leave us a comment down below and let us know if you like this kind of video. Be happy to do some more. We're going to be buying more gear for the hunting trips and the fishing trips coming up, so we can go over all the equipment that we're buying if you guys want to see that. I've got a couple more pieces of equipment to buy for my elk pack to get ready for next year. Once I've done that, I may do a gear dump video, show you guys what I'm going to be running in the pack. So if you want to see that, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks again for tuning in. If you like the video, smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. That'll help grow the channel, allow us to bring you more content and better content in the future. So anyway, until we see you on the next one, peace.